Hey, you just caught me preparing for Wing Watch. Yes, baby. Hey, it's me, Joe, from Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey, and I'm really excited to be here. Literally. I've had so many new subscribers over the last couple of weeks, so I just wanted to very quickly just explain why I say literally. Well, this is week 11 results. 12 weeks ago, I would go upstairs to what I believed may be my deathbed because every night I would stop breathing up to 600 times. Turns out I had a severe OSA, obstructive sleep apnea. It would also stop my heart beating. And then to top it all, I had raging heart rate and uncontrolled hypertension. So of course I thought that I was on my deathbed. That's why I say literally, because I'm not on my deathbed anymore. Life is good. Okay, there's one thing that we've got to address right from the start, and that's the sowometer. We all know that TV Mother Hen calls me Sojo now because I say so many times. Last week, I set myself a little personal challenge and I asked the community members to join in with me and see if I managed to say so less times than I did the week before. Well, guess what? I did. The week before, I said it 100 times, whereas last week, it was only 8 to 7. Okay. I know it was a shorter episode last week, but I really didn't have much brain power, so I really thought I was going to say it so many more times. Luckily, Tracy and Shell, they both agreed that it was going to be lower. But because Tracy got it in first, then she's the official So monitor. A bit like the hall monitors. I'm going to see if I can get a little a pin that says So monitor. I'm going to ask Naomi Sparkles if she will help make us them. That's Miss Mary. She's just up to mischief with my new bellbell, my new, what do they call, free weights? I was going to say barbells. Are they barbells? I don't know. I don't know much about exercise. But I tell you one person who does. Our good friend Twaun. Twaun over in Tampa, Florida. The other day, right, now we all know I've had a fibromyalgia flare up. The other day I woke up and I was feeling great actually. And I turned on YouTube and there's our Twaun in her workout gear. She's ready to go. And then she starts doing some floor exercises and free weight exercises. Well, I joined along with her. I didn't have any free weights then, but I just joined in along with her. And I did 3/4 of her workout. I've now got it saved to my special playlist because I want to do that every couple of days. And if you want to do Twaun's workout, check out the link in the description below. What else have I been up to this week? What have you guys been up to? I want to, in fact, I know about Shell. We mentioned Shell earlier. Shell from Bean Feast 57, I think it is. I will check that. If it's wrong, I'll put it in the subtitles. She had a great weight loss with Slimming World this week, but she's feeling a little bit anxious about a stressful weekend that's upcoming. So I said that I'd make sure that everyone on my channel sends her all the sun rays, positive vibes, good energy, thoughts and prayers, whatever it is that you do, please just send them to Shell. She needs all the good karma that she can get just so that she can make sure that she survives this very stressful weekend without putting on any weight. So our love is to you, Shell. If you don't put it in my comments, definitely put it in Shell's comments. Again, the link to Shell's video is in the description below. So send that joy and positive vibes. As usual, we start off with the Non-Scale Victories. And to be fair, I think the exercising with Twaun was my first one. I'm sure it was. But then let's say that is the first one, but we're going to tie it in to a wonderful trip I made up to see my friend and her family, which is my second NSV. I saw Emma and Mason, together with Emma's sister and James and their children, George, Josh, and beautiful, beautiful Grace. And I got to spend the afternoon with them on Tuesday. And we went to a pub, a lovely country pub. It was a glorious day, but to be fair, it was cooler inside. So we sat inside, we ate, we had drinks. I did very well, I didn't eat anything. I drank a lot of water. It was warm, I'm telling you. But I had the best time. Michael had a fantastic time. He came too. He helped me along, and I tell you what, Michael, Michael may in fact be my new favourite thing. Just saying, just saying. We're saying it quietly though, so Colin doesn't hear upstairs. So the second NSV then, tying it in with exercising with Twaun, was as well as going to see and spending all this family time with my best friend and her family. Emma gave me a set of barbells. Are they called barbells or are they called free weights? I do not know. But I've got two 1 kilo ones. I'm looking down at them now. Miss Mary's actually looking at them as well. Two 1 kilo ones and two 1.5 kilo ones. And I'm telling you, it does its thing. I'm saying that because my wings are sore. But Emma, she gave me a good workout routine with it. And Emma, I'm very pleased to report that I've done my third set of threes of 10. Is that right? The third set of threes of 10. Emma, you'll know what I'm on about. Maybe one day, a day when it's not quite so warm, I will show you this routine. So yes, please leave your comments below. Another thing that I got from Emma, or rather from Richard, Emma's husband. Remember me telling you that he's been losing weight? He was the one who in fact got me onto Mounjaro because of how phenomenal he looks. Well, Richard and Emma gifted me about 10 pairs of Richard's shorts. I'm not. Can you see them? So there's three sizes because Richard's dropped so many sizes. I've got three different sizes of shorts. And they're definitely going to see me through to summer, through the whole of summer, because it's warm and apparently it's going to stay warm for quite a bit. The other thing you may have noticed me wearing is my Pride t-shirt. Now, this is my third week wearing a Pride t-shirt, and this one is the Merfolk. So whether you're out, whether you're questioning, whether you're quietly proud, whether you're still figuring things out, this is a safe space for you always, not only at Pride Month, but always. And I am wearing this Merfolk tee this week because I see you, Merfolk. I see you and I celebrate you. And I'm so glad you're here. Again, tell me what you've been up to. Tell me who you've been loving this week. I did mention that Michael may, that my new favourite, but me and Colin, we're back on the love boat. He has been a joy this week. There's been no burning, even when it's Scorchio out there. And you know, normally, or I say normally, for me it was normal. Any temperatures over 23 degrees, and I dread it, and my anxiety sets off because I suffer with photosensitivity. But even worse, once it gets over 23 degrees, my skin starts to get inflamed. I get sort of hives, and then the hives sometimes turn into folliculitis, and then end up with. This is why I've got all of these scabs and all of these things, all of these scars. Sorry, because they would scab up, and then I'd need to have antibacterial cream on there as well as a soothing, cooling. Oh, it was terrible, and that's why I used to hate summer. But today it's 27 degrees. Oh, yeah, I've got my obligatory fan. I've always got my fan, but I'm handling it. I'm handling it even in a top with sleeves. And then 3/4. It still counts. So, yes, I have not suffered from sleepless nights this week. So, I'm putting it down to Colin. Thank you, Colin. You are a wonder. If you've been suffering from sleepless nights, maybe you could try watching Explore.org's live cam of the brown bears of Alaska. These majestic furry legends fishing for salmon like it's an Olympic sport. And fun fact, did you know that brown bears actually develop fatty liver disease? But, unlike us, they naturally reverse it when they wake up from hibernation. Sadly, our bodies don't bounce back quite like that. However, Dr. G explains that tirzepatides and semaglutides might in fact have the ability to reverse fatty liver disease. So in his video, he explains that it used to be called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It has a new name. I cannot remember the name for the life of me now what the new name is, so I'll pop it here. I know it's got something like stereothotic. I don't know if I've said that right. I probably haven't. You know me, I probably haven't. I'll pop it here. But he explains that the reason why it's got a name change is because they've now recognised that fatty liver disease is in fact a metabolic disorder. And what do we know about semaglutides and tirzepatides? They have a canny way of helping those metabolic disorders. You know I'm talking about fatty liver disease. You know I'm talking about type 2 diabetes. It can help. It can help with chronic kidney disease. It can help with obesity because we know obesity is now recognised as a metabolic disorder. So yeah, it's great, isn't it? Uh, Now, brown bears, they don't need a tirzepatide. They are, of course, majestic furry legends. Well, speaking of another majestic furry legend, our Chris from Mounjaro, he has been in interview mode. So this week, he interviewed Jackie from Jackie's Journey with Love. And then Jackie interviewed Chris. So check out the interviews, both interviews on their respective channels. I'll put details in the link below. The other thing I've been doing this week, so you guys know you guys know that I'm not working at the moment, don't you? Do you remember me saying that I was made redundant back in November? But I prioritised actually getting my health sorted before return to work because, again, I don't know how. Seriously, I used to go to work. I used to work from home, but I'd be working for people in Singapore. I'd be working with people in Europe, and mainly I'd be working with people in the States. So that's why I know Sarah from Boston. And there were times when I would have to have video interviews, video meetings, but I would have to type what I'm saying because I physically couldn't get the breath out. I was that breathless. Hadn't realised I was suffering from asthma, or it's still undiagnosed, but it could have been COPD. The point is, whatever it was, it's getting better now. And the reason why it's getting better is because I've prioritised getting my health back before I start looking for work. As such, though, that does mean that money's a little bit too tight to mention. Um, so what I try and do is I try and make sure that I live vicariously through others. So one thing I'm doing vicariously through others is I am cooking wonderful meals through others. Um, Now our good friend Carrie at Carry On Regardless, she has a fantastic playlist of cook-alongs, and I was watching Top Chef, and I think I watched it was almost all of season 21, Um, and then I was like, you know, yawn a little bit, just happened to turn on my phone and turn on YouTube, and here's a new cook along video, and it's fish. Carrie, I hope you don't mind me saying, I'm not convinced you are the person in front of the stove. Am I right? You look remarkably different to your usual videos. But whoever it is, they are a master at the craft. They're a master chef. And I'm salivating just now, thinking about the Colin skink that they made. There was some kedgeree. There was some wild salmon. Takes us back to our brown bears again. Oh my goodness. Please check them out. Check them out for food recipes and, you know, healthy menu choices. Another channel that has got fantastic menu choices, and I've never mentioned her before, but it's Kerry from Health and Social Nerd. She has a channel. Um, I think it started over a year ago when she was on Wegovy, but now she's moved on to Mounjaro. And during her channel updates, every week she's got an update and she shows what she's been doing throughout the week. And she includes probably about two or three meals that she prepares from scratch. This woman, honestly, she's a goddess. I don't know. I do not know how she does all the things. There was one episode I watched where she'd dyed her sister's hair after finishing work, after finishing preparing food for everyone. She dyed her sister's hair and it was a full bleach, tone, style, and they finished at 1 a.m. Then we see her up again at 6. She's getting everyone's bacon and egg sarnies ready for before they go off to work and to school. And of course, she works as well in health and social care. So, Kerry, kudos to you. And my God, you can cook. What was that? Oh, there was a pork loin casserole. Oh my God, it was good. We also we also know that I have a penchant for shopping. Uh, Speaking of which, there's some of you out there I'm holding responsible for the fact that I've now started shopping on the Shein app. You know who you are. Look, I've only put one order in because money is far too tight to mention. I've not done any Temu shops this week, but I had two deliveries. But enough about my shopping. The point is that I've been watching grocery shopping delivery. You know where they're going through and unpacking the groceries. Well, Donna from her channel, link again is in the description below. She has had some fantastic grocery shopping hauls. She did one where she was at Dollar Tree and Reed. Is it Reed? Um, and Target. We don't have these stores in the UK. I'm not sure if they're worldwide. Julie, do you have them in Australia? Uh, let's have a look. Beta, do you have them in Germany? We don't have these stores there here. Another one that I saw. There's one where they go to Sam's. Sam's looks like a well, it just looks like Mecca to me. But but I love watching the American grocery stores because just love looking at all the different items that you can get and the value you can get. You get some good value stuff. Mind you, I'm saying that I manage. I do manage well. You know, I've got such a restricted diet that I pretty much have to eat clean. I have to create everything from scratch. Well, I shop and I go to Morrison's. I get deliveries from Morrison's, from Co-op, and from Sainsbury's. Spend about 50 to £80 a week. I mean, just look at this shopping haul that I got. And no, there's 3 boxes of cat food there. So, you know, Miss Mary is always taken care of. Um, but yeah, in fact, that's just sorry. I just had a random thought. Yes, money is too tight to mention, but I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. I've got you guys. And she stands there singing for money. La da dee, la doo dow, da dee. La. That was the random thought. It was because I was thinking I'm blessed because I'm not homeless. I'm blessed. And who was homeless? What was the name of that song? I know it was Crystal Waters, but I cannot remember the name of the song. She's just like you and me, but she's homeless. She's homeless. And she stands there singing for money. Right. Please tell me you guys know the name of that song. If you could pop it in the comments for me, because otherwise it's going to be messing with my head for the rest of the day. I don't mind singing la da dee, la doo now, la da dee, la doo. Right, my voice is going. I need to get a drink. Oh, speaking of drinks, I have my celebratory Tika mug because I'm here to celebrate the fact that I've lost 4.4 kilos this week. Equates to, in total, this is week 11, so I've done 11 doses in total. I have lost 20.4 kilograms. I started at 159.9 kilograms and I'm now 139.5 kilograms. And that's the equivalent of 44.5 pounds. La-da-dee, lad. I'm off to go and get the pen. Give me a moment, I've got to wash my hands. I was just saying, I'm not suffering with my hives at the moment so far this summer. But I've just noticed I've got a patch of them coming just on my arm. So I better hurry up with this video so that I can close the curtains, get naked and just lie on the cold floor. It is a joy that I live on my own. Can you imagine walking into that? So what I'm doing now is I've just taken these swabs, cleaning the red seal. We know this already. Actually, I laugh about being a beach whale. But one thing that I love, there was a phrase on Mandy for Short, her video, I noticed, and she says that I'm living my life with weight loss, not living my life for weight loss. I can't remember which side I got to jab on. Oh, I'm doing my thigh. Right, ignore that. Put my belly back. I'm doing my thigh. So yeah, that resonated with me. I thought it was a beautiful phrase. You know, I am getting healthier. I can feel it. I'm able to tolerate summers more. I'm able to chat with you guys without feeling like I've just run a marathon. It's great. I'm looking forward to holidays again. The last time I went on holiday, the last time I went on a plane on holiday was when me and my sister went to New York. Do you know when that was? 2014. Look, look how slim I was. I was still a bonny lass, but I wasn't having to worry about playing, the journey, the ordeal of it, the fact that I'm barely mobile, the worry about sitting in the seat and being stuck in that seat. My goodness. Right, so I'm just prepping the pen. Actually, Sarah, or Sarah, I should be spelling it Sarah, Sara. Sarah from Bath. She explained to me in my video last week. Can you remember where I was like, oh, I'm going to have to do it with the needle again because I did it with the needle before, the insulin needle, and then ended up doing it with these micro needles that you put on She says, Joe, you're risking cross-contamination. Another thing that you're sticking into, because this is medicine and we pay a lot of money for this stuff. So I'm only going to use the insulin needles now when I'm getting the golden dose, because the golden dose and there's no further thing to cross-contaminate. I'm going to continue using these small ones and I'm going to persevere. My Raynaud's in my hands has not been too bad, even with the flare-up. Today, my toes are, they're not bad, but this middle toe on the right foot, it it looks like I've got a beetroot in between my toes, because this I'm looking at it now, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm not going to show you a picture of it. It's like purple. It's that, and it hurts because of the Raynaud's. The left foot is somewhat better, but this foot, oh my goodness, it looks disgusting. But the point is that all of the things that we're doing, things we're doing now, is to help with our health and well-being, including weight loss. We're not just living our life for weight loss. So thank you very much for that tip, Sarah. I'm going to now go to my 2.5 dose on the pen. Remember, I used a Sharpie to mark it. This is still the 5 meg pen. I think I've got today's dose. Then I think I've got Tuesday's dose. Then I think I've got a golden dose. But now thinking about it, if I do the golden dose, that will be a 5, won't it? So I will have to use the insulin pen twice. There, no blood. There was a little bit of pain there. But again, I'm still coming off my fibromyalgia flare up. Actually, that's a real important thing. Next week, he did warn me. He did warn me that the doctor, that because of my fibromyalgia, I might feel this when they cut into me and put in the ILR heart monitor, it might feel worse than other people feel it because I've got my fibromyalgia. So I just need to make sure that the last of this, oh, look at what a waste. Right, in total today, I've used four of these. Whatever, right. But at least my pen is clean and hopefully somewhat sterile. I'll do that one. I did make myself bleed. I knew I did something dodgy there. Probably just didn't come at it at the right angle. Okay, so let's put the pen away. So I've got that monitor being fitted next week, and Mum, bless her, she's coming with me to the hospital. So I'll have some moral support there. There's nothing better than having your mum there when you don't feel very well. Oh, one other thing that I'm doing next week, but before the hospital visit, I'm doing something very exciting with the beautiful, our good friend Dee Dee from Downsizing Diva. She's over in the States. I think it's Ohio. Are you in from Ohio, Dee Dee? That reminds me, have you not seen my community map yet? Last week I did the community map, put scrapbooks in of everyone who'd shared their locations. If you are a regular commenter and subscriber of the channel, and you quite like the idea of me doing you a personalised postcard, just put where you're from in the chat. So I know already I'm going to be doing a new update of the community map soon, because Richard from Richard Ball My Journey, he's told me that he's from Lincoln, so I've got to get Richard on there. Another majestic furry legend. So I've got to get him on there. And then I've got to get Donna on there. Remember Donna from the shopping halls? She's from Arizona. I've got that right. You're from Arizona, aren't you, Donna? If I'm not, I'll put where she is from. I'll pop it on the community map. But I'll be doing those again soon. So again, in the comments, tell us what you're doing over this weekend. Tell us what your non-scale victories are. Tell us how you've been getting on with these GLP-1s, if that's the journey you're on, or another plan that you're on. And what health benefits have you noticed from it? Are you suffering from the heat this summer? Notice I have changed my fan because the other one just wasn't cutting it in terms of how much waft I needed. Right, on that note, sleep well, slim down, and I'll see you next time.